I was a dropper. So the exams that I gave in my 12th, all of them I were from a very near score. I wasn't able to get into my colleges. तब फिर आजू बाजू क्या हो रहा था कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. There's this feeling of happiness inside of you, growing, grumbling inside of you कि जो पूरी मेहनत आपने करी थी वो पूरी सफल हो चुकी है.
September you started? So
September, October and November, just 3
So
months.
you only had 3 months?
Just 3 months. Strategy बहुत unconventional है. I wouldn't recommend it as such unless you believe in yourself. तो
But वो उस पर टिके रहना वो मुश्किल है. तो how did you manage it?
So luckily for me, I had a lot of sources of motivation around me. First and foremost, my family. Found it doing so good in box. मैंने क्या गलत करा, इतनी मेहनत करी थी. And for me, because I was a dropper, so there was extra pressure from me within myself, not from anyone else, but within myself. So there were a lot of sleepless nights that I've had.
You handled mock test failures without losing confidence at your time.
Correct. Up and down scale होता रहता था. So I think a lot of people were affected कि score ऊपर जा रहा नीचे आ रहा. But you need to इस पे focus करना है कि overall सबका क्या score आ रहा है.
Unexpected CLAT 2025 question was
Analytical reasoning.
analytical reasoning.
I
में
spent
बहुत आया.
25 minutes upon it, tried every method, and I thought I was wrong, but who knew CLAT was wrong?
One common mistake that CLAT 2026 aspirants who are going to appear for CLAT 2026 should avoid.
I would say do not get ahead of.
Hello, all the viewers and all the watchers of Ekoching YouTube channel. Today we have another episode of Ekosphere Success Unlocked. Today we will take a deep dive into the mindset of a CLAT topper who recently cracked the CLAT with flying colors. So today we have Jaya Aditya with us, who has cracked the CLAT with flying colors recently, and he has done very well in the same. So first of all, welcome Jaya Aditya to
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Ekosphere.
having me here.
So, सबसे पहला सवाल तो मैं पूछूंगा आपसे ये कि यार कैसा लगा जब आपने CLAT 2025 का आपका रिजल्ट देखा एंड व्हाट वाज दैट फीलिंग व्हेन यू सॉ योर रैंक?
आई थिंक सब लोग जब CLAT के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे होते हैं तो माइंड में एक व्यू लेके चलते हैं कि क्या फीलिंग होगी, बट जब आपको एक्चुअली वो नंबर दिखता है जो आपने इतनी मेहनत करी थी, काउंटलेस आवर्स एंड नाइट्स जो आपने बिताई होती है रिजल्ट के लिए, तो तब फिर आजू बाजू क्या हो रहा था कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. दिस इज feeling of happiness inside of you, growing, grumbling inside of you कि जो पूरी मेहनत आपने करी थी वो पूरी सफल हो चुकी है. तो देखते ही आने आई जस्ट फेल्ट सो हैप्पी, आई फेल्ट सो एक्सटैटिक. बहुत बहुत अच्छी फीलिंग आई थी.
Yeah, but will you miss your CLAT journey that you completely lived, like with your study mates and everyone, your coaching and everyone?
Of course, I think that was a very integral journey, and the level that I have attained, it wouldn't have been possible without my peers and the teachers and the mentors that I had. So of course I will miss them. They are a very important part for making me who I am. I believe CLAT सिर्फ एक exam था to get me into my dream college, but जो पूरी journey थी that will mold me into the person that I want to be. So I will miss them, but I'll make sure I will never forget them.
Yeah, that's a great thing to have in your life, Jaya Aditya. What is the biggest motivation throughout this whole journey? Because it's a very tough journey, right? So, what motivated you to keep going on? Because being persistent and consistent, तो सब बोल रहे हैं, right? सबको पता है कि consistent रहना है. अब धीमे-धीमे लोगों को पता चल रहा है कि persistence और consistency बहुत important है CLAT exam के लिए. But वो उस पर टिके रहना वो मुश्किल है. तो how did you manage it?
So luckily for me, I had a lot of sources of motivation around me. First and foremost, my family. I had tremendous support from all of them, and all of them wanted the best for me. So in the back of my mind, I knew कि result जो भी होगा, everything will be for the good. वो मेरे साथ है. But एक अंदर से जो जुनून होता है अच्छा करने का, so I was a dropper. So the exams that I gave in my 12th, all of them I were from a very near score. I wasn't able to get into my colleges, be it ALET, be it CLAT, be it SLAT. All of these exams, the major ones, I only managed to not get into college by a mark or two. तो मेरे लिए वो बहुत एक दिमाग में था कि डिस्पाइट नोइंग द कैपेबिलिटीज दैट आई हैड, और मेरे जो 2024 का CLAT का एग्ज़ाम था उसके अंदर एग्ज़ाम सेंटर में मेरे ऑलमोस्ट 20 मिनट्स वेस्ट हो गए थे क्योंकि एडमिट कार्ड में कुछ इशू था एंड दे हैड टू वेरीफाई माई आधार कार्ड डिटेल्स एंड माई बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट एंड उसके वजह से बहुत कन्फ्यूजन एंड रकस क्रिएट हुआ. तो आई डिड नॉट पैनिक, बट जब आपका एग्जामिनर बार बार पन्ना इधर उधर कर रहा है उसमें बहुत फोकस करने में मुश्किल होती है. सो ये सब मेरे बैक ऑफ द माइंड में था कि नहीं, आई हैव अ क्लीन स्लेट नाउ, आई हैव 3 months and this time I have to make my family proud and I have to do this for myself.
Okay. One word to describe your CLAT journey would be
Ecstatic.
ecstatic. Yeah,
There were a lot of highs and lows throughout this journey, be it the mock scores, be it seeing new things coming up from CLAT, be it the new sample papers that we were given from CLAT, and finally when the confidence level within you builds up and you feel that no, I'm ready for this exam and this is my dream, this is what I want to achieve, and to finally achieving what you planned yourself for. So ecstatic, I think, sums it all up.
Okay. When did you start serious CLAT preparation and what was your approach?
So I seriously started preparing for CLAT from 2024 September. Before that, in 11th and 12th, I had a lot of things, be it with my school studies and a lot of things happening around there. So I was never really able to focus on one thing in particular because we had a school exam as well, and so focus on CLAT as well. So I took a drop. It's a drop here, but I only took 3 months to prepare for this exam. So I really focused on this exam starting from September.
Okay. So from September you started. So
September, October and November, just 3 months.
So you only had 3 months.
Just 3 months.
And in the 3 months you achieved this rank.
Yes. And I believe I started from scratch because there was a very big gap from the last CLAT exam to so many things happening, your school exams, your friends going, and then you enjoying. So you reset on everything that you had learned before. So for me, it was a fresh start for everything and starting this whole process and this whole journey.
Yeah, मेरे को आपकी strategy जाननी है. How did you tackle each section strategically? पहले तो मुझे ये बताओ.
ठीक है. तो मेरी strategy बहुत unconventional है. I wouldn't recommend it as such unless you believe in yourself. तो English में मेरी strategy रहती थी read as fast as I can. मेरे parents luckily ever since a young age उन्होंने they gave me the best books available, जैसे कि मेरी reading speed अच्छी रहे, they improve my vocabulary. तो जितना जल्दी मैं बोल सकता हूँ उतना जल्दी मैं मेरी बुक्स पढ़ता हूँ. सो आई एंश्योर कि इंग्लिश के अंदर मैं जितनी स्पीड से काम कर सकूँ उतना मैं कर सकता था. सो मेरे लिए जो ये मेरा ईजीएस्ट पार्ट, सो आई यूज दिस एज माई स्ट्रेंथ. तो इंग्लिश में आई टुक बेयरली 15 to 20 minutes. इवन इन द एक्चुअल क्लैट एग्जाम इट टुक मी 50 minutes टू कंप्लीट द होल सेक्शन. तो इंग्लिश में मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी ये रहती थी, मैंने कोई जो कोर्स मटेरियल होते थे वो मैंने कोई कभी छुई नहीं. सिर्फ जो मॉक्स होते थे उसके ऊपर फोकस करता था. वोकैबुलरी भी बस जो आप रेगुलर न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग्स करते हो दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट. इफ यू आर रेगुलर एंड कंसिस्टेंट आपके न्यूज़पेपर के साथ, दैट शुड डू द जॉब फॉर यू. एंड आपको बस मेमोरी में रिटेन करके रखना है कि आप जो क्या पढ़ रहे हो वो आपके दिमाग में घुस रहा है या नहीं.
ओके. नाउ माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट many students struggle a lot with legal reasoning, right?
करेक्ट.
आपके टाइम पे भी जो आपकी जो बैच गई थी उसने भी लीगल रीजनिंग के साथ बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करी है.
करेक्ट.
आपने लीगल रीजनिंग को कैसे टैकल किया?
तो लीगल रीजनिंग में देयर आर 2-3 स्ट्रैटेजीज आई ट्राइड एंड इट वाज अ टेस्ट एंड ट्राई मेथड कि मेरे लिए क्या वर्क करा. इट्स नॉट कंपल्सरी कि मेरे लिए जो काम करा किसी के लिए ना करे, बट लाइव लॉ के ऊपर बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स आते थे. आई वुड सी देम मेरे इंटरेस्ट के हिसाब से क्या होते थे, नॉट फॉर क्लैट्स पर्पसेस बट फॉर माई ओन सेटिस्फैक्शन की जो मेरे को पढ़ने में अच्छा लगता था. तो इससे मेरे को बर्डनसम भी नहीं लगता था एंड मैं जो लीगल की नॉलेज है वो भी मेरी बूस्ट होती थी. उसके बाद आई वुड रिकमेंड जो ई कोचिंग का मटेरियल होता है उसके अंदर आपके जो भी बेसिक्स दिए हुए हैं यू कम्प्लीटली लर्न ऑल ऑफ देम. दैट प्रोवाइडेड मी अ वेरी गुड एज ओवर माई अदर कंपेटिटर्स एंड माई पीयर्स, क्योंकि मेरे जब बेसिक्स क्लियर थे तो जो भी ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन आते थे आई वाज रेडी फॉर देम, क्योंकि मेरे को पता था कि जो भी ट्विस्ट्स एंड टर्न्स होंगे उनके थ्रू नेविगेट कैसे करने का है. तो लीगल में इट्स ऑलवेज इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप पहले अपने बेसिक्स क्लियर करें, उसके बाद आप एडवांस लेवल पे जाएं, जो नए लॉज आ रहे हैं उसके रिगार्डिंग आप नए मॉक्स सॉल्व करें. तो ये मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी थी कि बेसिक्स पहले क्लियर करें फर्स्ट मंथ में मैंने, उसके बाद जितने ज़्यादा मैं मॉक्स दे सकता था मैंने मॉक्स दिए एंड प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पेपर्स करे.
Okay, that's great. I wanted to ask you, like, you are part of Ekoching's mentorship program, right?
Yep.
So how did it help you exactly?
I think this was one of the greatest boons of being a part of the e-coaching because Vikram sir was always available for me and all the e-coaching faculty was available for me. But Vikram sir के साथ मेरा हमेशा से एक special connection रहा था. So Vikram sir, I felt very comfortable sharing with him whatever was going on. So be it in the middle of the night, 12 बज रहे, 1 बज रहा, whenever I had a few challenges regarding my journey, be it related to GK, be it any other subject. So someone who understands what you're going through and who alleviates the pressure that you have, that was a really good feeling. And आपको focus करने में, it helps you realign on your focus. So the mentorship program was really helpful for me.
Okay, that's great. देखिए, हम सबको पता है कि मॉक्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मैं मेरे हर पॉडकास्ट में मॉक्स के बारे में बात करता हूँ. क्लैट का पॉडकास्ट है तो मॉक्स तो आएगी मेरे लिए. और मैं हर एक इंसान से मॉक का अपना अपना तरीका जानना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि हर इंसान, एवरी पर्सन इज डिफरेंट. राइट. तो उनका मॉक देने का भी तरीका अलग है. तो आपका क्या तरीका था मॉक देने का, उसको एनालाइज करने का एंड उससे सीखने का?
ओके, तो मैंने जो मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी थी तो 3 मंथ्स में थी. सो आई एम श्योर इफ समवन इज स्टार्टिंग कि आप 11 से या 12 से कर रहे हो तो आप इसको बहुत ईजिली कर सकते हो. बट बिकॉज आई हैड वेरी लेस अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, तो मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी उसके हिसाब से मैंने चेंज करके रखी थी. सो व्हाट आई डिड वाज 1 सितंबर के मंथ में आई यूज्ड टू गिव 2 to 3 मॉक्स पर वीक. मैं मेरी एक्यूरेसी पे इतना फोकस नहीं करता था, बट आई यूज्ड टू फोकस कि मेरी स्पीड कितनी मैं तेज़ कर सकता हूँ. बिकॉज आई सेड आई वाज रियली गुड विद कंप्लीटिंग माई टास्क एज फास्ट एज आई कुड, बिकॉज क्वांट वॉज माई वीकेस्ट पार्ट. तो मैं चाहता था कि उसको मैं आई यूज्ड टू गिव 30-45 मिनट्स टू क्वांट्स एंड बाकी का पेपर में फास्ट रीड करता था. तो मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी होती थी कि 2 to 3 मॉक्स पर वीक मैं फर्स्ट मंथ में सॉल्व करता था. एंड एज द एग्ज़ाम केप्ट गेटिंग क्लोजर मैं डेली मॉक, दिन का एक मॉक देता था. एंड एनालिसिस में आई यूज्ड टू सी मैं करेक्ट कहाँ जा रहा हूँ और गलत भी कहाँ जा रहा हूँ. आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ मिस्टेक्स व्हाट एस्पिरेंट्स डू इज़ वो सिर्फ गलत पे ही फोकस करते हैं एंड सही पे फोकस नहीं करते. बट इन द लॉन्गर रन यू माइट फॉरगेट कि आपने सही ऑप्शन क्या चूज़ करा था. सो यू जस्ट ओवरव्यू आप एक बार देख लो कि आपने सही क्या करा हुआ है, एंड जो रॉन्ग वाला यू फोकस कि आपने मिस्टेक क्या करी. यू सॉल्व योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड देन अटेम्प्ट दैट क्वेश्चन अगेन. So your concepts get cleared, and whenever a similar question comes up next, you're ready for that.
Okay. How did Ekoching's mock tests help you improve?
Yep.
Like,
So Ekoching's mock they were very helpful for me because they had a varying difficulty. तो अप एंड डाउन स्केल होता रहता था. तो आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल वर अफेक्टेड कि स्कोर ऊपर जा रहा नीचे आ रहा है. बट यू नीड टू इस पर फोकस करना है कि ओवरऑल सबका क्या स्कोर आ रहा है. सो इफ एन एग्जाम इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट ऑन द डिफिकल्टी स्केल, of course you're not going to get more than 100 marks because everyone around you is not getting those marks. You need to dishearten yourself. हाँ, अगर आपके दूसरों के peers के अच्छा आ रहे पर आपने फोकस नहीं करा, आप 3-4 दिन के लिए रिलैक्स हो गए, then you need to, it serves as a motivation कि आपको अच्छे से फोकस करना है. बट जो इकोचिंग के मॉक्स थे, yes, कि अगर डिफिकल्ट भी होता था तो नेक्स्ट वन वाज इजी, सो दैट योर मोटिवेशन वाज मेंटेन्ड, योर मोरल दे डिडंट डिमोरलाइज मी. तो जो मॉक्स थे दे गेव अस न्यू अप्रोचेस, एंड जो फाइनल क्लैट एग्जाम आया दिस ईयर, आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि एग्जाम बहुत टफ आएगा बिकॉज लास्ट ईयर इतना ईजी आया. बट बिकॉज जो हमको डिफिकल्टी लेवल्स जो स्पैंड अक्रॉस ऑल डिफिकल्टी लेवल्स, जो फाइनल एग्जाम आया वाज प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द ईजीएस्ट लेवल जो हो सकता था इस साल का. एंड दैट वाज रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर मी क्योंकि मैंने 120 में से 120 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करे, एंड दैट हेल्प्ड मी गेट द मार्क्स आई गॉट.
Okay, that's great. If someone is still unsure about joining e-coaching, what would you tell them?
I would tell them about the amazing faculty that we have over here, because a lot of times there's this connection that you feel with your mentors, and a lot of things that the struggles that you're going through throughout your journey. So someone who's there to understand it is really helpful. So I think one of the biggest points of e-coaching is quality education along with the quality time that you get to spend with your peers and with your teachers. That helps you not only a CLAT journey, but a journey as becoming a better person.
Yeah, that's true. I have a question for you. कई बार क्लैट ऐसी एग्जाम है जो इंसान को मेंटली तोड़ देती है, राइट? मैंने कुछ ये पॉडकास्ट में भी पूछा है लोगों से कि आप मेंटली चीज़ों को कैसे हैंडल करते हो. I want to dive into the same part if you don't mind.
No, of course not.
Yeah. So how did you handle mock test failures without losing confidence at your time?
Correct. तो बहुत बार फील होता है कि पीपल अराउंड इट आर डूइंग सो गुड इन मॉक्स, मैंने क्या गलत करा, इतनी मेहनत करी थी. एंड फॉर मी, बिकॉज आई वॉज अ ड्रॉपर, सो वाज एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर फ्रॉम मी विद इन माई सेल्फ, नॉट फ्रॉम एनी वन एल्स बट विद इन माई सेल्फ. सो देर वर अ लॉट ऑफ स्लीपलेस नाइट्स दैट आई हैड पॉन्डरिंग ओवर वॉट वेंट रॉन्ग. बट ये सोचने से कोई आपके सोल्यूशन का हल नहीं निकलेगा. तो मेरा ये रहता था कि आफ्टर प्रोसेसिंग कि क्या हुआ, द मोमेंट आई गॉट होम, मैंने कैलकुलेट करा स्कोर ट्यूशन में. as soon as I got home I solved the paper again. मैंने जो भी मिस्टेक्स थी वापस सॉल्व करी. I told myself कि I have to focus on my goal of getting into my dream NLU, and there you need to alleviate the pressure from yourself as well at times, क्योंकि आपका प्रेशर बहुत हेक्टिक हो सकता है स्केड्यूल. तो you can play games, you can play sports, you can go out with the family, go out with your friends. So you need to maintain that balance and equilibrium. So at times जब अगर मेरे को लगता है कि नहीं मैं बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ाई हो रही है and maybe I'm not getting good marks because I'm feeling overstressed, so I would go out with my mom, have a cup of coffee, talk with her, फिर दोस्तों से बातें कर ली. But then as soon as I felt कि अब time सही है, so I used to start studying again.
Okay, that's great. I have one question is that what is, as you are started preparing seriously in the last 3 months, what should be what are the mistakes that usually students make in the last 3 months of the preparation or in the last 2 months of the preparation?
I feel the consistency, even though I might sound like a broken record from what a lot of students might have said already, but consistency is most important because a lot of time people they get overconfident with their marks, or maybe because they weren't performing as good 3 months earlier, they feel that they might not be able to crack the exam. So you need to have consistency in your approach, have confidence in yourself, believe in yourself. And a mistake that I've seen a lot of people make is they do not focus on their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Because for me as well, I come from a humanities background. So maths was my weakest subject. I detested maths. Maths से दूर भागने के लिए humanities लिया था और CLAT में वापस आ गया. But मैंने ये focus रखा था कि नहीं मेरी जो mistakes मैं उनको solve करूँ. And for me, luckily, the cutting edge which made a difference between my rank what could have been and what I got was quants. Because I managed to get 8 correct out of the questions that were presented, even though my weakest subject was quants, and I gave 30 to 35 minutes to quants just to ensure कि मेरा आंसर करेक्ट आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है. सो जो आपकी वीकनेसेस हैं उसके ऊपर फोकस करो और जो स्ट्रेंथ से यूटिलाइज देम टू इम्प्रूव योर वीकनेसेस टू बिकमिंग स्ट्रेंथ्स.
ओके, नाउ बहुत डीप कॉन्वर्सेशन में चले गए अपने काफ़ी देर तक. सो लेट्स lighten up a mood before we conclude this podcast. Let's have a rapid fire round. We do it in almost each of our podcasts. I'll give you some questions. You have to answer as fast as you can. Okay?
Yeah.
Ready, Jayaditya?
Ready.
Okay. Let's start with the first question. Mocks or sectional test? What
Mocks.
improved your score more?
Mocks.
Mocks. Okay.
All day.
One CLAT section you hated preparing for?
Quants.
Okay.
Don't need time to think about it.
A study habit that changed your preparation?
Stop caring about sleep.
Okay. And that's a great choice. Most unexpected CLAT 2025 question was?
Analytical reasoning.
Analytical reasoning.
I spent 25 minutes upon it, tried every method, and I thought I was wrong, but who knew CLAT was wrong?
Yeah. If not law, then what career?
Probably UPSC.
UPSC. Wow. A great choice. Now let's move towards the concluding part of our podcast. Now that you're waiting for your NLU admission, what's your dream NLU and why?
So my dream NLU since the start was NLU Jodhpur. Even though I know a lot of people, they have this dream for NLU Bangalore. But for me, I belong from Rajasthan. So I feel very connected to my motherland because my whole family belongs from Rajasthan.
Okay.
And the people that I've seen that have gone to NLU Jodhpur, some of my friends are over there as well. So for me, since the first day, I had a very realistic expectation for myself. I knew I had just 3 months on my hand. And by forcing myself to study for 20, or like people study for 20 hours a day, I've seen that. Just to get a dream NLU of NLU Bangalore, I knew how much time I had and I have to utilize it by not harming my health as well, maintaining my mental sanity, and still achieving my dreams.
Yeah.
So my dream was NLU Jodhpur since the start, and I'm very happy for the support that I got for fulfilling my dreams.
Okay. What is one e-coaching feature that you will recommend to anyone who is looking for CLAT preparation?
I think the mentorship program, that's the most helpful because as I said earlier as well, the help that you get from your teachers, be it any time of the day or the night, they're always there for you, and the knowledge that they possess, I think that's the most, the feature that separates them from the rest.
Okay. One last question that I have is, one or two. One is that one thing you are excited and nervous about in law school?
Excited to meet new people, learn more, expand my knowledge about what's happening. Nervous about nothing really.
Yeah, you are
I'm
very
excited for what's
like,
coming up because I've
let
prepared so much for
for
this.
this, and you have finally got it.
Finally gotten it.
Yeah. What is one common mistake that CLAT 2026 aspirants who are going to appear for CLAT 2026 should avoid?
I would say do not get ahead of yourselves. Complete the basics, however boring it might get. Complete your basics. Improve your weaknesses, make them into your strengths. Believe in yourself and enjoy.
Yeah, it's a great advice, I would say. Uh, Thank you so much, Jayaditya, for
Pleasure's
coming
all
today
mine.
to the Ekosphere podcast. It was a great conversation with you. It was a great
Likewise.
podcast to shoot with you. You are going to help a lot of CLAT 2026 aspirants for them, because as you are the latest aspirant who cracked the CLAT, right? So your information is the latest information for
Yep.
them. So you are going to be very helpful for them. And guys, I'll put down Jay Aditya's contact something
For sure.
a way that he would suggest to that you guys can contact him and learn things from him at the same time.
Anytime.
Yeah, so I'll drop it down in the description box. So guys, here we conclude another episode of Ekosphere Success Unlocked. Today we talked with Jay Aditya, who recently cracked CLAT with flying colors, and he was part of our mentorship program and everything, and he prepared for CLAT and is aspiring for NLU Jodhpur, and he got this marks by just preparing 3 months. That's just wonderful.
Thank you.
And I don't know how you did it. That's not less than magic, I guess. You,
Thank you so
took
much.
help from Doctor Strange or someone, I think. So yeah, that's it, guys. Please make sure that you subscribe to Ekoching's YouTube channel, share this video, comment down below, and at the same time like this video and follow us on our Instagram pages and join Telegram channels. All the links and descriptions and everything is there in the description box down below. And thank you so much. Join Ekoching for the best CLAT preparation, and thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you so much, Jay
Thank you
Aditya,
so
for
much,
joining
sir.
us today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.